from Secretary of State as well. In fact, Marco Rubio's statement also coming in on platform X after the announcement that has been made by President Trump. You're right about the fact that it's a sudden announcement that's come in with no details, no contours whatsoever. But there's also an update that's come in from Secretary Marco Rubio, further to what President Trump has said, and we can put that out as well, which says that over the past 48 hours, Vice President Vance and I have engaged with senior Indian and Pakistani officials, including Prime Minister Modi and Shahbaz Sharif, External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar, Chief of Army Staff Asim Munir, and NSA Najib Doval and Asim Malik. And he says, Marco Rubio's account says that I'm pleased to announce the governments of India and Pakistan have agreed to an immediate ceasefire and to start talks on a broad set of issues at a neutral site. This is what is being said by Secretary of State, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and then he goes on to say, we commend Prime Minister Modi and Sharif on their wisdom, prudence and statesmanship in choosing the path of peace. Again, this is an announcement made by the US, first the US President Donald Trump, and now, of course, further to that, the Secretary of State Marco Rubio. My colleague Vishnu Som also joins me on this.
Gauri, and just like that, it appears that this might just be the beginning of the end. It's almost unbelievable the manner in which it escalated, and it is almost as unbelievable if it de-escalates in quite the manner that it has. For the benefit of our viewers who are just joining us, an entirely unexpected message on Truth Social, which is Donald Trump's social media site, where he said that, look, they have negotiated throughout the night, and on the basis of those negotiations, there will be an immediate ceasefire which takes place. I'm going to read out very briefly, and Gauri's already done that, but just for the benefit of our viewers joining us, the message of Trump: after a long night of talks mediated by the United States, I'm pleased to announce that India and Pakistan have agreed to a full and immediate ceasefire. Congratulations to both countries on using common sense and great intelligence. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Now, in 16 minutes, sorry.
16 minutes.
16 minutes from now, there'll be a press conference being addressed by the External Affairs Ministry. We do expect the Foreign Secretary of India to be there. We also will likely see those two spokespersons of the Air Force and the Army. It's been a day of hectic military activity between India and Pakistan. There have been any number of attacks which have come in. There have been any number of attacks which India has also done. But will we get clarity on this? Because this is when the entire world will be watching that press conference.
Yes.
Marco Rubio, the US Secretary of State, has also come out with the message. He commends the Prime Minister Modi and the Pakistan Prime Minister. Gauri.
Indeed, and Vishnu, contours of that, what will be the details of this ceasefire, what all were the back-channel lines of communication that have led to this, all those are, of course, gaps that we are going to try and fill for our viewers in a credible, informed manner. But first, of course, has to be how this ceasefire will actually begin, what will be that broad contours.
I would like to bring in Shiv Arur at this stage. Shiv, it's almost, it's a sense of disbelief for me, because what we have been discussing through the day has been, are we headed to a path of escalation? Has there been armor which has been deployed forward? What do we mean by the statement of the colonel in the army who said that their soldiers have been pushed forward? Where are we heading? How much longer will Shiv stay in Srinagar? These were important issues that we were discussing, and now Donald Trump has evidently changed the course of history, and I can't think. It's wonderful that there will be no war. No one wants war. No one wants deaths. And if this happens in this manner, it would be remarkable. I'm still in a sense of disbelief. I'm processing this, Shiv. I don't know if to believe it or not, but what do you think?
Well, it's Trump, and since he's put it out in all his official accounts, I'm guessing it's true and it's not a joke. It is an authentic account. Truly a surreal few hours,
Shiv,
isn't it?
Interrupting you, breaking news coming in. Shiv, sorry, hold on, but don't go away. Ishaq Dar, the Foreign Minister of Pakistan, on Twitter, Pakistan and India have agreed to a ceasefire with immediate effect. Pakistan has always strived for peace and security in the region without compromising on its sovereignty and territorial integrity. This is a confirmed statement. Pakistan now out with a tweet where they have said that both our countries have agreed to a ceasefire with immediate effect. We are moving beyond Trump and Marco Rubio to the Pakistani Foreign Minister. Shiv, carry on.
Absolutely surreal sequence of events. Ishaq Dar, the minister in Pakistan, the president of the United States, announcing a ceasefire, which we expect India to reflect at that press conference that's coming up in 10 minutes from now, Gauri and Vishnu. Just a few hours after India detailed all the air bases in Pakistan that it had struck with long-range, offensive weapons. This is as surreal as it gets, you're right. It seemed like things were escalating, but clearly there were phone calls being made in the background between the President of the United States, the Prime Minister of India, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, the foreign ministers of the two countries, and the national security advisors. He's also talked about the two countries discussing issues at a neutral site. I don't know what that means, because India would never agree to something like that unless Trump has something else up his sleeve. But after 3 days of frenetic, kinetic escalation, hour on hour, artillery, anti-tank guided missiles, short-range, surface-to-surface ballistic missiles, S-400s, BrahMos, Scalp, Rafale, all of these, coming into a truly chaotic battlefield between the two countries. Suddenly on social media, up pops this one tweet, which everyone instinctively first thought it was fake, but it turns out to be real. So it is Trump having announced that ceasefire. And I think today's press conference, where we were actually expecting more details about the escalation, is probably going to be India announcing that ceasefire as well.
Indeed. India is yet to announce that ceasefire, and we've got to wait for that final 12-odd minutes. But it's very important to announce that this announcement is coming in first, of course, the US President Donald Trump saying it, Marco Rubio, of course, following it up, and then, of course, the Pakistani side saying, Indian side will say that in just a bit as well. But I think, Vishnu...
We hope.
We hope,
We've got
yes.
12 minutes.
12 minutes till we confirm.
Has not made any statement so far.
Yes.
There is a press conference in
scheduled